make the ground shake.
Hello students. Yes, so in the last class we have dealt with the chapter 2, that is accounting for partnership basic concepts. So in the last class we have discussed about chapter 2, that is partnership basic concepts, right? So in this class we shall discuss with the chapter 3, that is next chapter 3, reconstruction of a partnership firm, admission of a new partner. So in this class we shall discuss with what are the certain things that should be considered while a new partner is being admitted in the business or in the firm. So in the last class we discussed about what are the types of partners and how many partners can be involved in a business, and who can actively take part in the business, and how the profits will be shared among all the partners of the business, and in what ratio or in what proportion the profits has to be distributed among all the partners, that we discussed in the last class or in the last chapter. So in this class we shall discuss with the admission of partners. So in case if any new partner is being admitted to the partner, then how that should be treated and how that new partner should be provided a share in the business will be discussed in the this chapter, and regarding that problems will be dealt in the later classes. Only the theoretical part will be dealt in this classes, online classes. Clear? So concentrate properly, and we shall start with the new concept, meaning of reconstruction of the firm. So it refers to any change in the existing partnership agreement is called as reconstruction of a firm. So construction means here building from the first. So reconstruction means here once built, once the partnership agreement will be done by the partners, then that will be called as construction of a firm. But here reconstruction means here any changes or alterations made in the existing partnership agreement will be called as reconstruction of a firm. So that reconstructions can be made in the various modes. So that modes, first one will be the admission of a partner. When one partner enters into existing agreement, partnership agreement with the firm, that will be called as admission of a partner. Then second mode will be change in profit sharing ratio. So if the existing partner wants to revise the profit sharing ratio, so then the partnership agreement will be reconstructed. Then third method is retirement of existing partner. So if one of the partner exits or retires from the business or the firm, then that will be called as retirement of an existing partner. Then fourth one will be death of a partner. So death of a partner means a final end. So that partner accidentally or unintentionally dies due to the natural calamities or the natural death, that will be called as death of a partner. So under these four circumstances, the reconstruction of a partnership agreement should be done. That is, a change in the partnership agreement should be done by the business. So that will be called as reconstruction of a firm, and these four are the modes or methods when the partnership has to be reconstructed or changed by a business. Clear? So next, second, in that first we shall deal with the admission of a partner in this chapter, and change in profit sharing ratio. Only the first two reconstruction modes will be discussed in this chapter, that is admission of a partner and a change in profit sharing ratio, and retirement of a existing partner and death of a partner will be discussed in the next chapters. Clear? So now we shall discuss with the first one, admission of a partner. It refers to admission of a new person as a partner to an existing firm. So once a firm will be already established, So for that established firm, if a new person wants to join as a partner, so then that will be called as admission of a partner. So reasons for admission of a new partner. So what will be the reason? So the first reason will be to get the additional capital. So while introducing a new person, it is compulsory that the new person has to add some capital. That will be called as additional capital. So that capital has to be brought by the new partner to the business. Then the reasons, first one is to get the additional capital, to get the additional managerial ability. As here only some of the partners will be involved. If one partner will be extra, so then the one partner will be having that much increase in the management capacity or managerial ability of the business. So one more person will be added to manage the business, partnership business. So the reasons for admission of a new partner. Then rights of a new partner. So what are the certain rights that can be enjoyed by a new partner is right to share the assets of a partnership firm. So after involving in the business, the new partner can share the assets. Like what are the assets that can be involved in the business? That is the assets are fixed assets and the current assets. Clear? So all the fixed assets and current assets can be shared by the partners of the by the new partner of the business. And the second one is right to share the profits of the partnership business. The profits can also be shared. As the new partner is bringing the capital, additional capital, it is compulsory that the old partners has to share the profits with the new partners. So these are the rights of new partners. So here these reasons for admitting the new partner and the rights of a new partner can be asked for 1 or 2 marks. If it is asked for 1 mark, any 1 point, 2 marks for 2 points. Yes. Next, adjustments that has to be made in the books of the firm at the time of admission of a new partner. So these are the certain adjustments that has to be made in the books of accounts of the firm at the time of admission of a new partner. When a new partner is being admitted to the business, so then these are the adjustments to be made in the books of accounts by the partners for the reason of joining the or admitting the new partner to the business. So the first one is revaluation of assets. So the assets should be revalued. As here the new partner can also use the assets of the business. So that should be revalued. The assets, even the fixed assets and the current assets of the business need to be revalued. And reassessment of liabilities. As here the assets are also revalued, then the liabilities should also be revalued or reassessed by the business, and that should be written in the books of accounts of the firm. Second adjustment is distribution of accumulated profits or reserves. As here only, for example, if only 3 partners are there in the business, after admission of a new partner, then there will be additional one new partner will be there. That is 4 partners. Clear? So here the old profits, that is the previous year's profit, before admission of the new partner, the old profits has to be distributed among all the partners according to the partnership deed. And accumulated profits means here the reserves. Clear? So even those reserves need to be properly distributed among the existing or the old partners of the business. As here this new partner will be the new admission for the business, there will not be any reserve in the general reserves or profits, old profits of the business. Only the existing partners need to distribute the accumulated profits and the reserves of the partnership business. And the third one is capital contribution by a new partner. As here it is compulsory that the new partner has to bring the additional capital. That capital will be added in the books of accounts, and that will be added in the liability side of the capital in the balance sheet. So that will be added in the capital as new partner, and new partner's name will be written in the balance sheet under the capital column, and that will also be added in the balance sheet of the liability side of under the capital section. Next is valuation and adjustment of goodwill. As here a new partner will be adding to the business, there will be increase in the goodwill. Clear. So the meaning of goodwill will be discussed in the next slides. Clear. So there will be valuation and adjustments of goodwill will be done in the books of accounts by the existing partner, and adjustments in the goodwill, as here new partners will be entering into the business, there will be increase in the goodwill. Clear. So that will be properly mentioned in the books of accounts. And the fifth one is admission of partners, adjustments in the partners capital. As I said in the third point, capital contribution by a new partner. So that capital will be adjusted. The old partners, along with the old partners capital, even the new partners capital will be adjusted and entered in the balance sheet liability side under the capital head. Clear. So these are the 5 adjustments that need to be made in the books of accounts at the time of admission of a new partner. When a new partner is admitted, so these are the 5 adjustments that has to be made in the books of accounts. So the first one is, I will be revising it again. First one, revaluation of assets and reassessment of liabilities. Second one, distribution of accumulated profits or reserves. Third one is capital contribution by a new partner. Fourth one, valuation and adjustments of goodwill. And fifth one, adjustments of partners capital. So these are the 5 adjustments that has to be made in the books of accounts. Made in the books of accounts at the time of admission of a new partner. Yes. So the next concept is new profit sharing ratio. So as a new partner will be admitting, the new partner should be given some of the share in the profits, right? So in what ratio that will be shared? Here, so that will be discussed in new profit sharing ratio. That will be also called as NPSR, new profit sharing ratio. It refers to a ratio in which all the partners, including new or incoming partner, will share future profits and losses of the firm. So this ratio is very important, as here on this basis the new partner will be provided a part of profits and has to bear the part of losses in the future. Clear. So from today, if a partner is been involved in the business, starting from today till the next accounting year or the end of the accounting year, at what ratio or at which ratio the profits will be shared will be calculated on this new profit sharing ratio. Clear. So this will be done for the new or incoming partner, new profit sharing ratio. Yes, next is, at the time of admission of a new partner, there is a change in profit sharing ratio of old partners. Why? Because here if for example I gave only, for example, if 3 partners are there in a business, if one partner is involved in a business, so for example all the partners used to share the profits equally, that is 1:1:1. Clear. So all the 3 partners used to share the profits of the business equally. Then if the 4th partner is involved, clear. So then there will be a change in the old partners profit sharing ratio. As only 3 partners were there, they will be sharing in their own ratio. And now 4th partner is there. So now 1:1:1:1. Clear. So as all are given equal share in the profits, there will be an increase in the one partner. So there will be a change in the profit sharing ratio of old partners. So that will be called as new profit sharing ratio. New profit sharing ratio is calculated after considering the new partners share in profit and sacrifice made by all other partners. Why? Because if one partner is been increased, then a part of profit will be sacrificed. So sacrifice means here sacrificing or lost, sacrificed or lost by the other partners. Clear? So that will be called as new profit sharing ratio. So on this new profit sharing ratio, there are certain problems and that will be discussed in the later classes. Even on 6 marks problems will also be there on this new profit sharing ratio. Yes, next one is sacrificing ratio. It refers to a ratio in which old partners agree to sacrifice their share of profit in favor of incoming partner. So sacrifice means here losing. Clear? So sacrificing ratio means here a ratio in which old partners agrees to sacrifice or lose their share in profit. As here previous partners will be having their own profit sharing ratio. They will be sacrificing a part of profit to the upcoming or new partner. Clear? So that ratio, the part of profit or the part of amount which is being lost by the old partners or existing partners will be called as sacrificing ratio. Why they will be losing a part of profits? As here a new partner is been involved in the business, that will be so they will be losing a part of profit. So that will be called as sacrificing ratio. It is calculated to distribute the goodwill brought in cash by new partners among the old partners. So here this capital will be treated as goodwill to the partnership, and that goodwill will be, if it is brought in cash, then that will be equally distributed among all the partners or distributed according to the partnership deed among all the partners of the business. So this sacrificing ratio is calculated. So the main purpose of calculating is to distribute the goodwill among all the old partners of the business. So the formula to calculate the sacrificing ratio is equal to old ratio minus new ratio. So after calculating the new profit sharing ratio only, the sacrificing ratio can be calculated. So on this sacrificing ratio, even the 2 marks and the 6 marks problems will be asked. Sacrificing ratio. Next concept is goodwill. So you have heard the name goodwill in the previous year, first PUC accountancy basics of accounting. So it refers to a value of reputation of a firm in respect of the profits expected in future over and above the normal profits. Here, so it is a reputation. So reputation or prestige or image of a firm in respect of profits expected in future years. So as here, as a business, it has to earn profits, increased profits every year. When considered with the previous year, the profits need to be increased. So according to the profits, this goodwill will be valued according to the profits earned in the current year and profits expected to be earned in the future years or in the successive years. This goodwill will be calculated in the partnership business. Clear? And it is an intangible asset. Intangible means here which cannot be seen, which cannot be touched, or which cannot be felt. Only the asset which can be there in the business will be intangible asset. This is also an intangible asset of the business and shown in the assets side of the balance sheet. It will be shown in the asset side of the balance sheet. Yes, note. So these are the important notes that has to be considered while calculating the goodwill of the business. So when a new partner enters into the business, he or she has to contribute some amount known as premium or goodwill to compensate the existing partners for loss of their share in profits. As here, when a new partner has been involved or entering in the business, this goodwill has to be brought in by the new partner, as here the old partners will be sacrificing a part of profits. Clear? So this goodwill will be compensated to the existing partners for losing or sacrificing a part of profits in the firm. Clear? So the factors affecting the value of goodwill. So these are the certain factors which will affect the value of the goodwill. First one is nature of business. So the what type of business. And the second one is location of business, where the business is being located, in the urban area, semi-urban area, or in the rural area. Next is efficiency of management. Efficiency of management means here proper working of the business with the optimum utilization of resources without wasting any resources. Optimum utilization of resources. On that also the value of the goodwill will be fluctuating or changing. Next one is market situation. Market situation means here like monopoly or limited competition. If the type of business is having limited competition, then that also affects for the valuing of the goodwill in the market. So these are the certain factors to be considered while valuing the goodwill of the business. Yes, next is need for valuation of the goodwill. Why the valuation of goodwill is required for the business as a partnership firm. So the first one is, if the business is sold, sale of business. Suddenly if the business is being sold, then at what value the business has to be sold? That will be calculated on the goodwill of the business. Second one, admission of a new partner. That is, as here the old or existing partners will be sacrificing their profits. On those, the goodwill will be calculated. On next, third one, retirement of a partner. So retirement means here at a certain age, or if the partner is not willing to continue the business, then at that time the partner will retire from the business. So at that time the goodwill has to be revalued. That will be calculated in the further chapters. Next, death of existing partner. Sudden death. If the deceased partner, deceased means here death of a partner, that also affects the goodwill of the business. So next is amalgamation or merging of a business. So amalgamation means here two business becoming into a one business will be called as amalgamation, or merging. Three business or two business will be merging into one business for conducting the business activity will be called as amalgamation or merger of a business. So for these purposes, valuation of goodwill is necessary or very important as a business firm. Clear? So next is methods of valuation of goodwill. So what are the certain methods to be considered while valuation of a goodwill? So the three methods are average profit method, second one super profits method, third one is capitalization method. So these are the three methods that will be used for valuation of goodwill. Clear? So now we should go for the first method of goodwill, that is average profits method. Average profits method. It refers to a method of valuation of goodwill in which goodwill is valued at an agreed number of years purchase of an average profits of the past few years. So this will be calculated on the previous year's profits of the business. So agreed number. So before calculating the profits only, there will be a agreed number of years for which the average profits of the past few years. By considering the past few years profits of the business, this average profit method for valuating or calculating the goodwill will be considered. So the formula is goodwill is equal to average profits into number of years purchased. So for example, for 4 years if the goodwill is been purchased, then and average profits is 40,000. So then 40,000 into 4, that will be 1,60,000 will be the goodwill of the firm for the particular accounting year. So like this, the average profit method will be valued for calculation of profits. So on these, certain problems will be discussed in the further classes. Then the normal profits. It refers to a minimum amount of profits which is required to run the business. So as here the profits can also be used as a reserves and plowing back of profits. So in the last year business studies we have discussed, if the profits are less in a particular accounting year, so then the previous year's profits will also be involved or will be taken into the business for proper or smooth running of the business. So that will be called as normal profit. So the profit which is the amount of profit which is required to run the business will be called as normal profit, and the formula to calculate the normal profit is capital employed in the business into normal rate of return divided by 100. So this is the formula to calculate the normal profit. So next we shall discuss with the new concept, treatment of goodwill. How the goodwill should be treated. Clear? So in that the first method is premium method. So under this method, new partner pays his or her share of goodwill in cash. It is shared by existing partner in the sacrificing ratio. So sacrificing ratios meaning we have discussed in the previous slides. So in that ratio, under this premium method, the goodwill will be properly distributed or shared among all the partners or existing partners of the business. So the next is, when the amount is paid through the firm, the following journal entries are passed. How the amount of goodwill is being paid to all the partners of the firms, then these are the certain journal entries to be passed by the business for admission of a new partner to the business. So the first one is for goodwill amount brought in cash by a new partner. So this is a journal entry to be passed by the business for if the goodwill is brought in by the partner in the form of cash. Clear? So cash or bank account debit to goodwill account as it is brought in the form of goodwill. So that should be credited to goodwill account, and here there is an increase in the cash. Clear? So increase in the cash need to be debited, basic accounting rule. So cash or bank account debit to goodwill account, and in the narration we have to write being goodwill amount brought in as cash by a new partner. Next one is second journal entry for distribution of goodwill among existing partners in their sacrificing ratio. So if the second journal entry is if the partners will distribute this goodwill in their sacrificing ratio, then this is a journal entry to be passed. That is goodwill account debit to existing sacrificing partners capital account. So that will be directly transferred to the partners capital account in the sacrificing ratio of the old partners. In the sacrificing ratio of the old partners, this goodwill will be transferred or will be distributed to the partners capital account. So the third is now if the goodwill amount is withdrawn by the existing partners either in full or in part, then existing partners capital account debit to cash or bank account. If any old partner is required to withdraw the goodwill, then this is a journal entry to be passed by the business or by the partners in the books of accounts. Existing partners capital account to the cash or bank account. If any one particular partner is withdrawing, then for example if X is withdrawing, then X's capital account debit to cash or bank account. In the narration we have to write being goodwill amount is withdrawn by the X will be written. Clear? So I hope everybody are understanding, and assignments need to be submitted in time. I am not getting the proper assignments. Take it as a warning. Upload the assignments in the proper prescribed format and send it within the prescribed time. And this is the assignment 7 for the current or for the present video. Thank you.